Good afternoon. We are live and on the air here from Lanier Middle School. Welcome to another Purple Pup Live event. It is one of the ways that we hopefully have helped keep the great culture we have at this school alive and keep us together as one school, one family, as we have navigated this pandemic together. And we still have some ways to go, but things are definitely improving. So I want to again welcome you all and a very brief review of all the live event features. Some of our students are new to the school. You may not be aware of how the live event is different from, say, attending a class. So you don't have a camera for this, and you don't have a microphone for this. What you do have is a keyboard, and so we would love for you to type your questions into the question and answer area. We do have moderators right here, right now, who will answer those in real time and get you those answers. And if not, we will answer them on the show 2 weeks from now. We're going to have one 2 weeks apart till the end of school. We also have this show is being broadcast in 6 different languages, 7 if you include English. It is English, Spanish, Filipino, Vietnamese, Chinese, Hindi, and Arabic. So if you are more comfortable in one of those languages, there is a way to get those subtitles for you as we go through the show. The recording was posted from the April 15th show, so it's been there. And if you missed that, you can go back and watch that. Likewise, today's show will be recorded probably by this afternoon. And if you missed it today, you can catch it later because there's a lot of really important information as we get to the end of the year. For example, May the 5th is a big change for everyone in the school. What is happening on May 5th? That is the Algebra 1 end of course exam. And it does impact everyone in the school, including 6th graders who aren't even taking it. But the Algebra 1 EOC will be taken by those enrolled in Algebra 1 and it pulls from 7th grade and 8th grade at our school. So basically, we can sum it up this way. If you aren't taking the Algebra 1 EOC, and you should know who you are, it is way best that you don't come to school, because we will have one area set up for all the students who come to school on that day that is a waiver day. We received a waiver from the Texas Education Agency to have an asynchronous learning day. So it won't be a fun day. You can come, but it won't be a fun day. Your best option is to stay at home and have that asynchronous learning day. So again, 6th graders, that's all of you. 7th graders, it's only those enrolled in Algebra 1 should show up that day, and the same with 8th grade. The teachers will be giving due nows for the day for each class. So please make sure by 4 o'clock on Wednesday, May 5th, that you have logged into those classes and done those due nows. We will not run a schedule that day, but you still have to do the due nows, all 5 of them, and that's 1 for pups, by 4 o'clock. Next on our agenda is we are going to do a one-to-one laptop initiative for the 21-22 school year. I'm very excited about that. I think there's no time better than now to do it, as we've gotten so much more comfortable with technology as a way to support education in our instruction, curriculum, assessment, and all those important things. It will be very different, students. We're not going to be asking you to sit in front of a screen all day, like sometimes we do this year, because this year the computers are the program, because without them we don't have a program this year for our virtual students. Next year there is support. You will bring your laptop every day. It will be issued by Lanier Middle School. Everyone will get a laptop issued by Lanier Middle School, and you will bring it to class every day, and it will be there as a support. Your teachers will use it, some for instruction, some for assessment, but it's not going to be the curriculum. Your laptop will not be the instruction. It will just be there as a support, and it's exciting. All the high schools have done this several years ago. I believe, let's see, one more. 8th graders, you should have received a survey about the Grade 8 survey about the end of year events. Recently, we were told by the superintendent that we could loosen up some of the requirements that are in place because of COVID, and we could have a thing like a promotion ceremony indoors in the auditorium. So Mr. Williams sent out a survey. Please make sure your voice is heard. We want to know, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to keep it like it was, which was virtual, or do you want to come back to the campus that day, and you certainly can. But just make sure you participate in that survey. And we are now, I believe we have some information on the yearbook.
So Mr. Wheat, you skipped over the questions.
I did, didn't I? Okay. These are the questions from April 15th, the show 2 weeks ago. I'm going kind of fast because I know today's a full show. These are the main ones that were repeated over and over again from April 15th that we did not get to with the moderators. Will there be a uniform next year? Yes, there will. It will revert back to the one that we've had here in place for probably several years, which is the khaki bottoms for the boys and the girls, and then the polo style shirts for the that are sold out of the PTO store. I think on Fridays we allowed spirit shirts. Someone can correct me on that, but I think that's right. Dude, the rumors have been circulating that this would be the dress code next year. It won't. I'm just kidding with that. Okay. I thought we might go with this for the boys and the girls. That would look nice, but that one got shot down too. So we're going to go with what we had last year, which is the khaki bottoms and then the clothes that are purchased from the PTO store. And we are now at the next question. Will we be 100% face-to-face next year? My answer is, I think so. I think that things are headed in the right direction with the transmission rates, the vaccinations. You've already seen things starting to loosen up with athletics and promotion events and graduation. So I think we will be. I think by August we will be. Is the U.S. history end of course exam required? And I think just to make the distinction, end of course exams are for high school credit courses, and so we don't really offer the history EOC, I don't believe. And so, but there is an 8th grade U.S. history STAR test. That's the one you will take, and it is required unless your parent opts you out. What if we don't have a linear Chromebook? I think that means for the testing day. If you have not been issued a Chromebook or laptop by Lanier, then you come without one and we will supply you one on that day. This is really, really important. If you have been issued a Chromebook or laptop by us, and that's what you're using, bring it, please. Bring it, and bring it fully charged. We don't have enough computers. We've checked out 600 of them, and we don't have enough stock here to supply everyone who comes on Algebra EOC Day. You must bring your Chromebook or laptop if we had issued you that Chromebook or laptop, and that's what you'll use to take the test. When is the current grading period over? Well, I believe it is over Friday, so it's closing in on us. Tomorrow is Friday, so that is the last day of the 5th grading period. Remember, under the new grading policy, you can turn in work even tomorrow, and your teacher has the option to give you a grade from 50 to 100. Will students in geometry take the Algebra 1 EOC? I think the answer is no on that they will not take the Algebra 1 EOC, and if I'm wrong about that, someone please correct me. I'd rather be corrected than give out bad information. That's it. Is that right? Okay. That's all for my part for now. So I think we're going to move right into Mr. Cordova, who's going to talk to us about information, just general information that you will need to help you navigate May 5th, which is the EOC for Algebra. Go, Mr. Cordova.
Awesome. All right, guys, I think first before that, some yearbook news. If you want to go ahead and ensure that your picture is featured on our yearbook, you can go ahead and scan this QR code to purchase a recognition ad for your 8th grader. It's a great way to show that you care about your pup and have them recognized on our amazing yearbook. Please ensure that you do so by May 13th, and our amazing sponsor, Miss Olivier, is spearheading our amazing yearbook, and she does a great job with that every year. So once again, students, if you want to ensure that you have a portrait and a photo of yourself on our yearbook, go ahead and take out your phone right now, and you can quickly scan this QR code so you can upload a picture of yourself so that it is featured on our amazing yearbook. And there's a QR code for you to do so right now.
Cordova, you're doing so well. Talk about the Peace Festival too. You're doing great.
Sure. The Peace Festival is there's a quick little video that's going to be shown right here. We're so excited to show it. So take it away, Ms. Rhymes.
4. Peace.
Awesome, and we're super thankful for Miss Maya and her kiddos who are going to put on a great event for all of our linear community to enjoy. All right, guys, really quickly, some procedures that we're going to talk about for our Algebra EOC. Once again, everyone is going to be taking the STAR online here at Linear. There is no option to take the STAR at home. If you are taking the STAR, you must come to Linear on the designated day, and you'll be taking the STAR online version. And once again, as Mr. Wheat reiterated, please bring your Linear Chromebook if you have one so that you can take your test. If you do not have a Linear Chromebook, we will give you one. Please ensure that you arrive promptly at 8:15 a.m. for check-in. We're going to open our doors at 7:45, just like we do every day for all of our pups, but we want to ensure that we get started as quickly as possible. So we ask all of our students attending who are taking the algebras, the EOC on May the 5th, to please arrive by 8:15 a.m. Parents, once your students are done with the EOC, you can go ahead and pick up your pup at 1:30, but we want to ensure that all of our students, of course, go with their appropriate parent/guardian. So you will have to come with photo ID to verify that you are, of course, that parent and guardian of that pup, so you can take them home with you at 1:30. If students are unable to be picked up at 1:30, they are, of course, welcome to stay with us. They will be dismissed like we do every day at 3:50. Once again, as Mr. Wheat said, this is an asynchronous learning day for all of our students. Only our Algebra EOC students, and that's about 382 pups, will be coming to Linear to take the Algebra EOC. If you have any more questions in relation to the EOC or STAR, we please empower you to go ahead and check out our website. We have more information on there in relation to dates, times, and procedures. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Take it away. Next up is our amazing two math teachers, Miss Lee and Mr. Saldana.
Hello, this is Miss Lee. Hi, my fabulous people. This is Miss Lee and
Mr. Saldana.
we're gonna go over with you some algebra. You're gonna take the test next Wednesday. I know you guys gonna be amazing, but we're gonna have some tips for you. Here goes Saldana.
Alrighty, guys. So real quick, so you want to study for the Algebra EOC exam. Getting lots of questions about, oh, what do I need to do? What do I need to study? Well, first and foremost, do the reviews. I know that your teachers have been giving out several reviews for you to either complete on the hub, on track. Just go on ahead and make sure to get those things done. And if you have any questions, ask them. Just ask as many questions as possible regarding those reviews. As far as topics to study, you want to be able to write in standard form. You want to be able to write in point slope form, slope intercept form, and then interchange everything. You want to also understand characteristics of quadratics, characteristics of exponential functions, graphing inequalities, methods for systems of equations, and then finally, wow, use your star reference chart. You will get a star reference chart. I have some students ask me, what are the exponent laws? It's on your star reference chart, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure that you are looking at those resources that are given to you. And there was one more thing that I did not put on there, which was a graphing calculator. All right, your graphing calculator should not be the tool that you depend on. All right, your teachers have taught you to go on ahead and solve 99% of these problems with and without a calculator. All right, use that tool to go on ahead and double check your work. All right, take your time. If you find yourself to be done an hour early, an hour and a half early, utilize every single minute of that test, okay? Because as some of you know, and we went over this a little bit, telling the students, you get a certain score on that Algebra 1 EOC exam, might possibly exempt you on a particular SAT portion. So get some plenty of sleep, eat breakfast, crush the exam, walk out like a boss, and get yourself ready for the next challenge. All right, because it won't be the first EOC exam that you take, so you got to keep yourself prepared.
Okay, so we're gonna share more resource by your teachers. So you're gonna have a bunch of resource from different teachers as well. And also you will mislead me, myself, and Miss Harper. We're providing tutorials as well for study lab time, Monday and Tuesday. So even you're not belong to Mr. Lee, Miss Lee, and Miss Harper, please join the tutorial if you have any questions. And you're gonna be asked 5 different categories, and it's gonna be 54 questions, guys. You will be very okay with that, but also I'm gonna share with you what kind of concept detail gonna be asked. I'm gonna share with you also link as well, okay? And Mr. Saldana mentioned about TI 84 plus calculator. That's what we're using. That's what you're gonna be using for when you're taking tests. So I'm gonna share with you the link again. All the resources gonna be in the PowerPoint. So you can click the link. You may able to download the calculator so you can practice at home. If you have a concern, if you have some problem, please reach out your teachers, your math teacher. It's okay to last minute. It's okay. You can reach me out, or you can reach any other math teacher. So we will willing to help you here at Linear. So if you have a question, let me know. And here, good luck, guys. We believe in you and we love you so much.
Thank you, Miss Lee and Mr. Saldana. Now, Mr. Graham with a quick overview of our algebra placement.
Woo! So I want to reach the 7th and 8th graders a huge celebratory congrats on making it through the end of the year, but hopefully you do well next Wednesday. So I'm sending all my positive praises. So here at Lanier, we do offer a unique opportunity for students who are rising 6th graders, but also 7th and 8th graders to place into advanced math courses. Next slide, please. And with that opportunity comes the final phase, or one of the phases that we offer, which is a opportunity to place into Algebra 1 as a rising 7th grader or as a rising 8th grader. Now, this year has presented some many obstacles for us. And so part of what TEA requires, though, is that in order for a student to enroll into Algebra 1, they must have successfully completed all of grade 8 mathematics requirements or its equivalents. So we know that STAR may be optional for some of our 6th graders who will be 7th, or some of our 7th graders that will be 8th graders. But we did offer an interim assessment. And with this assessment, it did allow for students to be able to see where they are currently in the grade level math courses that they're taking. In addition to, students have been given the algebra readiness pathway on Imagine Math to start working on those foundational skills for 7th and 8th grade concepts. Next slide, please. And so here comes the opportunity for any rising 7th grader or 8th grader to take the algebra placement exam. So from the week of May 24th through the 29th, students will have the opportunity to take two core tests to help see if they can place into Algebra 1. First test, of course, will allow them to use a graphing calculator. So the one that you just saw before that Ms. Lee presented, that is a calculator that you will be given. In addition to, part 2 will not be a calculator portion. So of course, we want to see the foundational skills that you're coming with to make sure that we are appropriately placing you. If you are a face-to-face student, of course, you will be taking the exam during your math scheduled class period. But if you're a virtual student, we'll be having you sign up on Genius so that you can schedule the day for which you would like to take the test after school. I hope to hear back from everyone. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to myself, Mr. Graham, the math department chair, or to Mr. Williams, our grade level administrator or department administrator. There we go. And now to Nurse Heckler.
Hi, Purple Pups. So I just want to remind you guys that students should not be calling or texting their parents that they are sick and need to be picked up. This is not a policy in HISD and certainly not at Linear. You need to see me first, and then you, your parent, and I will make that decision together if you are too ill for school. If you go home sick without being evaluated by me, this could cause an outbreak of COVID. We are still in this pandemic. Do not let your guard down. Everyone has been doing so well, and thank you. Bye-bye.
And now a spotlight on our choir program.
The unexplainable. Hello, welcome home.
That was really, really good. And I want to thank Ms. Foster. Ms. Foster is one of the great teachers here at Lanier, and she does so much more than teach her theater classes. She serves as department chair, and she's made all of these spotlight videos that we've enjoyed the last few weeks. And this week was on the choir. Ms. Sharp, are you with us? I believe.
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. So this is your first year at Lanier. You're about to wrap up that first year. What are your thoughts about your first year? What do you think about Lanier Middle School students and parents and the school community?
Yeah, so I would say this has been by far the most difficult year I've had as an educator to this point. However, it has not been at all because of the students. I felt so lucky throughout this year. Even the video that you just heard, which I accidentally told Miss Foster P4, but that was P3 show choir. So kids who you saw that, don't hate me. You guys were awesome. But the students here are so amazing. It definitely makes teaching during a pandemic more doable.
Right, and you're kind of we're kind of having to rebuild the choir program in a different direction, a new vision for the choir program, and to talk about how that vision is evolving even now after 1 year, and it's now, you know, you've adopted it as your program, now it's your vision. How's it going to, what's your vision for next year?
Yeah, so I'm so excited about what's going to be going on with the choir program in the years to come. The first step that we're taking is we want all of the choirs to sing a diverse amount of repertoire. I don't know what I was going to say there. We want a lot of diversity within the music, which is why they just sang a Billie Eilish song in the video we just saw, but they'll still get traditional music. All the students can tell you about like the solfege and sight reading that they're still doing, but we're just trying to bring the choral program up to date a little bit more, including musical theater though, which is also super exciting. You're looking forward to next year.
So in your show choir, if they wanted to, maybe they get to sing things that are currently hearing on the radio or have recently heard on the radio. Is that kind of what the show choir is more about?
Yeah, absolutely. The videos or the project that my show choir is finishing right now is they sang Before You Go by Louis Capaldi, I think, and then Stay was another song. So we sing a lot of different types of things in choir.
Yes. What inspired you to become a choir teacher? What maybe there's a person, maybe it was a song, who knows, but what gave you that push to become a choir teacher?
Yeah, so for me, so I come from a very large family. I have 11 younger brothers and sisters, and we all grew up singing. And so I think that honestly, that's why I'm a choir teacher. My dad sang, I grew up around music my whole life, and so that's what pushed me.
Ms. Sharp, you've probably heard me sing before. You know I'm really, really not good. Is there a place for me in choir? Maybe if I'm a 6th or 7th grader or listening right now, is there a place for me in choir? I love it, but I'm not that good, or I don't think I'm that good.
Absolutely. I think that's the biggest misconception that a lot of students have with choir, even as like they pass my door and they're like, oh, Miss Sharp, I can't sing, but I would love to be in your class. You can all join a choir. The only thing is you have to desire to, or you have to love music. If you love music, then there's a place for you, and we can all sing. It's just learning how to use those muscles.
That's right. Ms. Sharp, you will verify that this is a true story. I love music so much, but I'm not that good, but I just love music. And I heard a song on the radio. It was John Legend and who's the other artist? Who?
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood. I'd never heard this song before. It was amazing. It was beautiful. I pulled the car over. I was driving. I pulled over and I said, who can I call to talk with us about? Ms. Sharp. So I called Ms. Sharp and we talked about that song. And the next day, we had a good time with it. But I do love music. And Ms. Sharp, do you have any closing thoughts as we transition to the next part of the show for your program next year, or whatever you want to talk about?
Yeah, I would just encourage any student who is interested in singing and maybe you're on the edge or you're a little nervous about what that would be like. I would encourage you to come by and talk to me because I would love to get you placed in a class where we'll grow together. That's my last.
I saw I saw the song Rewrite the Stars. Love that song from the musical The Greatest Showman. So the kids will be singing that next year. It's a great song. We're going to move on to the next part of our show, which is an athletic spotlight on basketball. And that season, I believe, ends tomorrow. Ms. Rhymes, take it away.
Correct. So first, a couple updates from Coach Cabell. Baseball tryouts are happening again today after school, and then there is another tryout that will happen on May 3rd. Both of those are at 4:30. We have track tryouts, and Coach Cabell, where are those located?
Track tryouts are going to be on campus, and the baseball tryout is at Linkwood Park.
All right. Track tryouts are happening next week. Listen for announcements and they will update you. And then, of course, if you are planning on being an athlete in any of our sports, you need to make sure that you are registered. Register my athlete, pretty easy to remember. All the paperwork is completed electronically. If you have questions about that, you can always reach out to Coach Cabell. And we have Meadow and Zoe here from our girls basketball team. So girls, we are short on time, so I want you to just tell me, how's your season going? You got one more game left. What's your record? Give me all the details.
I think our season's going really well, especially since we started off with not enough players for our 8th grade team, and many of our players didn't know how to play, but now they worked really hard, and I think we've made a lot of progress.
We've really improved a lot. Our coaches have taught us a lot and practices, and during the games we have learned how to play together as a team better than at the beginning.
Awesome, girls. So what is your record? You might have just said it, but I missed it.
I think we have lost so our 7th and 8th grade teams, it's not for sure. Sometimes we play as one full team, but sometimes we play at separate teams. But so far, I think that we have lost 3 games, 3 to 4 games, and then we have won the rest of our games.
That's awesome. Great job, girls. Well, thank you, Meadow and Zoe. And now for the boys team, George and Jacob. Same thing. Just give us an overview. How's the season going? What's your record? Give us the details.
Season's been going pretty well. We've learned a lot about teamwork and just basic rotations and everything in basketball. Stuff we need to take into high school to be competitive in sports and stuff like that. Our record is currently 1-5. We've played a few close games and a few we wish we could have back. But I think we're going to go out strong against Meyerland this week. It's Friday.
I mean, overall, we've had a really fun time. I think everybody's really enjoying the brotherhood that we have. And we really like to think of ourselves as one big family. So it's really been fun.
And for a short season, I can vouch. I was up here on Saturday. They had a game on Friday and they show up for practice on Saturday. So obviously great teamwork, and I appreciate all the effort that all of our athletes are putting in. So thank you, George. Thank you, Jacob. And we're going to move on. I know we're probably going to get cut off, but they got cut last time. So I want to make sure that we get information from our student council. If it runs long, our virtual kids will watch it. For our face-to-face kids, you all will head to class and you can watch the recording later. I am here with our student council president and vice president. Ladies, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Shayla Mackey. I am your student body president and I am in the 6th grade.
Hi, I'm Amy Ganaway. I'm your student body vice president and I'm in the 8th grade.
I love it. The girl power. We have our president and vice president are both female. I love it. Beyonce would be very proud down here in H-Town. Okay, so I'm going to go to Avie first, and I think that our students and our parents obviously want to know more about what is the process for student council this year. So how are you all representing our student body?
So one Friday every month we have our PUPS town hall. So each representative goes to their PUPS classes and discusses the new business and the old business that student council is working on, and then they take 3 proposals from each PUPS class. And then the following Monday, after that Friday, all the representatives have a general assembly and present their 3 proposals that they got from their PUPS class to their grade levels. And from the grade levels, each grade level comes back with 3 proposals. And then out of those 9 proposals, all of student council votes and focuses on 3 proposals that we want to take action on.
And then do you present those proposals? Who do they get presented to?
Sometimes the admin, most likely our sponsors, and we try to move forward with those with the rest of the representatives.
Awesome. So Shayla, tell us about one of the major initiatives that you all actually voted on this year and proceeded with.
One of our major initiatives, which was voted on by the student body, was the Less Stress Initiative, just to lower the stress of everyone. And our most recent action on that was Pajama Day.
I remember Pajama Day. It's fun seeing people in their PJ bottoms. So going forward, what do y'all have planned for the rest of the school year, Shayla?
Our next action is taking a booth in the Model UN Peace Festival, in which we are just going to be wishing everyone a happy summer.
I love it. That's a nice way to end the school year for student council. I love it. So AB, we do still have opportunities for students to kind of put their voice to power in those town halls. So tell us, when is our next town hall, and make sure students are aware of what they can do in those town halls.
Yeah, we have 2 more town halls, so one in April and one in May, and the next one is April 30th. So be ready for that, and think of ideas that you want to see come to life in Lanier.
I love it. Thank y'all so much. Have a good rest of your week, and hopefully everybody is brainstorming things for the April 30th town hall. All right, and Mr. Weed, if you want to take it away.
Yes, thank you for bearing with us. We know it was a long show today. We had a lot of information to cover, and we still had to cut a couple of things out. But we want you to have a great day. Remember that tomorrow is the last day of the 5th grading cycle. And more importantly, remember that any work that you're missing by policy can now be turned in, and the teacher will assess it and give you a grade no lower than 50 if you earn it 50 or higher. So 50 doesn't sound like much, but it will make a huge impact on your average, even if you get a 50. So have a great day, have a great evening, and we'll see you next time, 2 weeks from today.